Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here. Now recently we did a video where I asked what villain or monster do you associate with each classic Doctor in Doctor Who. So now we're going to do the other side of that, which is what villain or monster do you associate with each Doctor in modern Doctor Who, or modern Doctor in Doctor Who. And I'm only going to go with the main line ones, not like the War Doctor or the Fugitive Doctor. Just 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. With 9, I say the Sledine, because I'm using the same caveat that you can only use one creature or villain for each Doctor, although I am resetting them from the classic, so I can use ones I used in the classic video too, but I can still only use them once for each Doctor in the modern series. And for 9, I say the Sledine. There's several you could go with: the Kid in the Gas Mask, the Daleks, because Dalek and the series finale are both phenomenal stories and very memorable. And even the zombie creatures from the Unquiet Dead, I think, are a good contender. But for me, it's the Sledine. They're just the first one that really pops to my mind, besides the Daleks, and I want to use those later. I like the World War III two-parter. I haven't watched it in a while, but I enjoy it. I really like Boomtown. Very underrated episode. Blends its seriousness and humor really well. That and the actress who plays the Sledine in it, she's great. But because I really associate them with the Ninth Doctor. We never really see them again in Doctor Who. I know they're in, like, Sarah Jane, but not in Doctor Who. So I associate them. They're kind of the first ones that pop in my mind. So for the Ninth Doctor, I say the Sledine. For the 10th Doctor, I'm going to say the Cybermen. I mean, there's a lot of different ones you can pick for the 10th Doctor. He has a lot of memorable villains. I can see a lot of people saying the Vashta Narada. But for me, I think of the Cybermen. Maybe it's because I watched the Age of Steel two-parter recently. Or that's one of the more memorable episodes, plus the Series 2 finale. And plus they came back in the next Doctor. But just right off the top of my head, when I'm thinking of the Tennant era, I think of the Cybermen. So I would say for Tennant, yeah, I'd say the most memorable, just right off that clicks in my brain, would probably be the Cybermen. Specifically that version of the Cybermen, because with 11 they did eventually upgrade in Nightmare in Silver. So that Cybermen build I really associate with Tennant. Now for Matt Smith, I was initially going to say the Great Intelligence, because that's usually the first one that clicks in my head for main baddies, the Great Intelligence, although 2 and 11 kind of share that villain, because, you know, the second Doctor fought the Great Intelligence in the classic show. If I want to get down to something that's a little more 11-centric, I would say the Silence, because the Silence really are core to 11 and part of his overall story arc. They're really woven all throughout his story. Everything with the Silence, pretty much from the beginning of Series 6 on. So if I had to pick one that's just mostly tied to the 11th Doctor, I would say the Silence. But the first one always pops in my head is the Great Intelligence. But the Silence would be my official one. For 12, it's Missy. Missy and 12 go together so well. They very much have that frenemy aspect to them. Part of that is just that Capaldi is so good, and Michelle Gomez is so good, and they just work so well together. And that's not to say other modern pairings aren't good. I think Tennant and John Sims' Master go really well together. I think 13 and Sasha's Master go really well together. But it's just something magical about 12 and Missy together. I think the only better Doctor combo we've ever had is probably 3 and Delgado, which is just the top bar, gold standard for me. But man, there's just something about 12. Maybe it's because, aside from World Enough and Time, they don't really have a good Cyberman story with 12. We don't really get a good Dalek story with 12. Into the Daleks, all right, but we don't get a really good one with 12. So I think the thing I would say, because she shows up so much in his era, and Missy really is contained in 12's era. We never see her before 12. We never see her after 12. She really is 12's villain / ally. So I really associate her with 12. So I would easily say Missy there. And for 13, I'm going to say the Daleks, actually, because all three of her Dalek stories I like. I think they're three of her best episodes. She doesn't have a Dalek story I just don't like. Now, I don't rewatch Resolution a lot, but I still like it. It's one of those I like. I just don't have the urge to go back and rewatch a lot. But it did succeed in making the Daleks scary again by giving them that ability to possess people, part of which is just down to the actors playing that really well. But I like the idea of the Daleks doing something new and becoming frightening again, much like in Dalek, in the episode Dalek. Revolution of the Daleks, I really like. I love the Dalek Civil War basically coming back from like Revelations and Remembrance. I enjoy seeing that again. And then Eve of the Daleks is a great spin on Groundhog's Day with a nice twist. I talked about that in a whole video about that recently. So I really enjoy all of her Dalek stories. If there's one thing Chris Chibnall does get about Doctor Who, it's the Daleks. So I would definitely say that the villain I associate most with her would be the Daleks. I know a lot of people would probably say Division, but I hate Division. I hate the idea of Division. Because, I mean, we already have the, Celestial Intervention Agency, their version of the CIA, which to me works fine. You didn't have to create something. Plus, just the whole Division thing is really stupid. It's really, really dumb. And I can't sit here and associate something with it if I just think it's that dumb. So I go with the Daleks, because I like all of her Daleks episodes, so I tend to think of her first with her good Dalek stories. So that has been my list of the villains / monsters that I associate most with each Doctor and my reasonings for why. I would like to know what you think of those opinions and which ones you would pick, so comment down below and let me know, because I always enjoy hearing back from you, the viewer. Yes, you specifically, the one watching. So comment down below and let me know. Other things to do. If you've liked this video, if you enjoy my content, but for some reason haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click the subscribe button. It is free. And it helps me out. It helps me grow the channel. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And I certainly appreciate it. It's always nice watching the subscriber count grow. It really does put a smile on my face. I also have a Patreon. If you really like what I do and would like to support what I do, there's a link to that down in the description below. Check that out. Several different tiers to pick from, and seeing the count on that really makes my day. I also have a P.O. box down in the description below. If there's anything you would like to send me, you can check that out as well. There's also a link to my Amazon wish list and my Amazon UK wish list. If there's anything you want to check out there and send me. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.